everyone, it's Enjoy English School. I'm Chris Gorski.
I'm Antony.
Welcome to day 2 of our Jump Headfirst into Dumpster Diving article.
Yeah, 今天呢是3月12号，那我们今天要继续介绍这个 dumpster diving 这样的主题。那我们昨天呢有稍微提到一下 dumpster diving 它本身呢是什么样的概念，然后什么样的人会去做 dumpster diving 这样子的行为，然后他们会是出于不同的这个需求。那我们今天要继续跟大家介绍一下这些不同的想法跟对于做这件事情的一些做法。
It's very important to understand how garbage is collected in the United States.
所以如果他了解这些事情的话，要先知道说，到底在美国这些垃圾啊是怎么样子被集中起来的。
So in Taiwan, you hear the garbage truck and you walk to it. In the United States, you put the garbage in front of your house and the garbage truck takes it for you. But you can't put really big things in there like an old table or an old sofa. You have to wait for a special day called Big Trash Day, and that's when you can put all that stuff outside.
所以在这里的话，像台湾的话，你听到那种垃圾车来了，你就自己去丢，对不对？在美国的话是把自家垃圾放在外头去，他们会有人会收。但是如果要丢大型垃圾的时候，在美国的话，你要等到那种丢大型垃圾的日子到来了，你才可以把那些旧的家具啦、旧的一些厨具啊等等，把它往外放，让这些清洁人员把它收走。
And lots of people will wake up early, drive around and look for good old things that they don't want. Maybe they can use that old sofa. Maybe they can fix that computer. Or maybe they can rip your old refrigerator apart and sell those little pieces for big money.OK，
所以说今天到了那种大型垃圾日的时候呢，有些人很早的起来就看看说，有没有人把一些还可以用的东西有没有，把它放出来了。然后有的呢像是这种这个旧家具可以拿来睡，然后那个呢电脑也可以修，或者是把一些东西拆开来之后还可以拿去卖等等。
Yeah, this is what my father used to do with me when I was young. We have lots more to talk about, and we'll be right back.All right, let's jump right into paragraph 1. It begins, some people have even turned dumpster diving into a profitable hobby.
OK, 我们在第一段第一句话看到这边 Some people have even turned dumpster diving into a profitable hobby. 先确定一下，我们昨天的时候在最后讲到说，有些人是赚点小钱，对不对？所以接下来我们在第二天的第一段第一句话呢就顺接到上次我们还没讲完的部分，对不对？他这边提到说，有些人呢，他们就会把这种 dumpster diving 变成是 turn something into something else， 就是把这个 A 变成了 B， 什么东西呢？变成了 a profitable hobby， 意思就是指一个可以赚钱的一个嗜好。
Be careful of this word profitable. There's only one vowel there. 不要说 profitable. That's not correct. It's profitable. Our next sentence says, Anna Ortiz and her daughter in Florida have managed to save nearly $1 million NT worth of various goods from being thrown out.
好，接下来我们看这个地方他第二句话说 Anna Ortiz 这个人呢 and her daughter in Florida 他们是住在这个佛罗里达州的这个地方 have managed to do something 意思就是指你去做了一件可以做到这件事情通常你用 manage to do something usually it's something difficult OK 所以这边的话他说 save nearly $1 million NT worth of various goods 好，这个地方特别小心 goods 的意思就是指商品这个地方你就要拿你的那个荧光笔把它画一下那个 S 的话特别注意various goods 就是各式各样不同的东西 from being thrown out 好，这个地方呢让他们就是在收集的过程中收集到价值100万台币这么大的东西
That's a lot of money In 2016 the pair took their first dive
好 in 2016 在2016年的时候 the pair 指的是Anna Ortiz 跟他的这个女儿两个人嘛是 the pair 他们两个人呢 took their first dive 就是他们第一次开始做这样的事情
Since then, they've gained worldwide fame via their popular YouTube channel that centers on how to make dumpster diving a part of your life.
好，在这边的话特别注意一下，这句好像有点长，对不对 ？Since then， 你看到 since then 就想到从那时候开始就怎么样，你要想到应该会使用完成式。如果结算点在现在的话，那就用现在完成式，是不是这样呢？他就说 Since then they've gained， 没错，是现在完成式。 gained worldwide fame 就是得到全世界的关注跟注意，对不对？享誉国际的感觉 via their popular YouTube channel that centers on how to make dumpster diving a part of your life 指的就是他们有开了一个频道，然后这个频道里面会告诉你说，这 YouTube 频道告诉你说我们怎么样centers on 的意思就是 focuses on 就是专门去介绍怎么样让这个 dumpster diving 变成你生活的一部分。
Don't forget, fame is an uncountable noun. Write that on there. This is fame 它是不可数。Our next sentence says, their top finds to date include high-end Dyson hairdryers and even a pair of designer shoes.
好了，现在告诉你他们那个战利品OK? Their top finds 就是他们发现的这些宝贝呢，最厉害的宝贝 to date 到目前为止 include high-end Dyson hair dryers 好，他们找到这个Dyson 的那个吹风机，一台都要1-2万块的。
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. 然后你还看到 S 可能找到不止一台，好多台这种吹风机都是名牌的。And even a pair of designer shoes 还有那种高级那种名牌的那种设计的那种鞋子等等，都有好多东西。
Not only have they come across some great finds, but they've found that dumpster diving is a great way to bond too.
好，接下来呢，这句话很有意思咯，它是用 not only 带头，一旦有 not only 带头的话，它后面有一个倒装的情况出现，所以你会说 not only have they come across 好，在这里的话你会用 not only have they done something 在这种东西去表达，你这个地方要特别把它画起来，要注意到说 not only 会有出现 have they 好，这个助动词会移到主词前面的这种情况 come across some great finds 不只是找到这些有趣的东西，他们还注意到 but they found that not only 就会有 but also 但是 also 可以省略掉，所以看到后面这句话But they found that dumpster diving is a great way to bond too. Bond 就是指那种人跟人之间情感的连结。如果说我今天跟 Chris 老师两个人一起去做这个 dumpster diving 的话，我们每次想说，上次我们去那个，哇，好好玩哦，这是一个共同的记忆，这个连结感会很强的哦。
My stepfather and his son did a lot of dumpster diving when he was younger.And he learned how to sell these things. And when the internet came along, they started to sell some stuff on the internet. And the son began to make a lot of money on eBay. Is eBay popular here?
以前的话有一段时间
Okay, eBay was very popular. And then he learned to own his own business. And we talked about this a long time ago. He opened his own insect farm for people that have spiders and snakes.All because his dad would take him dumpster diving. He makes a lot of money selling cockroaches and bugs for people. And in 2020, because you can't go to the pet store, they were going to his internet store. And he made a lot of money selling a lot of bugs.Because dad took him dumpster diving.
原来是这样子，所以说老师有提到说他继父的孩子呢，以前小的时候呢，这个继父就带着他呢，一直去做这样的事情，就做 dumpster diving， 然后教他怎么样说，这个东西拿了之后可以怎么样把它拆开来去赚钱。后来这个孩子呢，在网络上头也学会了嘛，在网络上就去卖一些这种 dumpster diving 找来的东西。后来他自己开发了他自己的这种cockroaches.farm
Yeah, like an insect farm, but especially cockroaches.
对，所以到后来他就变成是因为这个蟑螂会是那种蛋白质来源嘛，所以到后来他就开了他自己的这个，然后赚了好多钱。2020年的时候，因为疫情的关系，所以说很多地方都没有办法生存。可是他的网络银行、网络的这个商店呢，卖翻了，所以赚了好多好多钱哦。
Yeah, so it's an interesting story, all because of dumpster diving.
没错。
Welcome back to Enjoy English School. Let's take a look at paragraph 2. For some, however, dumpster diving is about pure survival.
好，接下来我们看第二段咯。我们刚刚讲完了说有些人是为了赚点小钱嘛，我们现在找另外一种人。他说 For some, 对某些人来说呢 However, dumpster diving is about pure survival 就是为了要生存 Pure survival Pure 指的就是纯粹的 Survival 就是活下来的意思他是为了活 Out of necessity 他们才做这样的事的
So before we begin talking about paragraph 2, it's a little sadder. I thought I'd share a fun fact. So where do we get this word dumpster from?
Where do we get the dumpster from? 就是指说，我们到底是什么时候才开始用 dumpster 这个词呢？
Well, there were these two brothers in 1935 that invented the big kind of garbage box, and they were called the Dempster brothers. Dempster. And they said, our word sounds like the word dump. So they started a company called the Dempster Dumpsters. And from there, we have the word dumpster.
所以说呢，当初在1935年 35 right?
35
那时候呢，有一对兄弟，他们叫 Dempster，他们开了一家公司叫做 Dempster Company。后来想说，这个 Dempster 的 Dam 的声音很像 dump， 那我们这个公司刚好是那个卖这种大型垃圾桶的，所以他们自己叫 Dempster Dumpsters， 就变成是说，我们专门卖这个 dumpster。从此以后，这个 dumpster 呢就有他自己的名字了。
It's a really good name, right?
Yeah, 非常好。
We still use it today. All right, let's continue. For those who are homeless, collecting bottles, cans, and cardboard, 不可数, that people throw out can bring in some money for food and other necessities.
好，这句话好长，对不对？ I'll break it down. 然后这个地方他说 For those who are homeless, 对于这些无家可归的人而言呢 collecting, 这边你帮我注意一下咯，你帮我先把 collecting 画起来，然后Bottle 那边先不要理它Bottles, cans, and cardboard that people throw out can. 好，你从这个地方 can 再继续画，就变成是你看到 collecting something can bring in some money for food and other necessities. 如果碰到长句子的时候，你不妨可以先把一些细节把它忽略，把它变成一个 it 或变成一个 them 这样的东西的话，其实就很方便了。所以在这里的话，你先理解到整句话的这个结构是 collecting things can bring in some money for food and other necessities， 就是其他这些必需品，它可以拿这个东西来换来买。在这个地方再告诉你细节说，这些东西是什么呢？ Bottles, cans, and cardboard。好 ，cardboard 的话就是指那种纸箱的那个纸板，对不对 ？That many people or that people throw out， 就是那些人家丢掉不要的东西。这样的话，整句话的结构就很清楚了。
We saw this word necessities yesterday in the final sentence. We talked about some people dumpster dive out of necessity.
在这边要特别注意的地方就是我们昨天的话呢，在最后一个段落的时候提到 do something out of necessity， 这时候是用单数的 necessity， 就是因为需要。可是在这个地方我们所看到 necessities 是一样我们必须要使用的东西。一个呢是这个需要这个抽象的概念，另外一个是我们每天需要的实体的东西。所以在这里的话，我们使用可数的，而且是使用复数的形态来表达。
Our next sentence says, in order to stay fed, that means feel full, to have enough food, many homeless people also rely on discarded food, which is thrown out by bakeries, supermarkets, and restaurants.
好，这句话他说 in order to stay fed 这个字就是 feed 这个字的过去分词在这边就提到说为了要求温饱，为了让肚子有东西可以吃，被喂饱，对不对？ Many homeless people also rely on discarded food. 好，意思就是指这种被丢掉的 discarded 就是被丢掉的嘛，所以这是VPP 来当做形容词使用 which is thrown out by bakeries, supermarkets, and restaurants. 这些东西明明可以吃的食物被丢掉，是被谁丢的呢？是被这些什么面包店啦、超市啦，或是餐厅丢掉的食物。
Now, this word discard is pretty useful for 那个比较高级英文一点, and it's actually really easy. Students sometimes think it's hard, but no, it's really easy. Dis 的话 means no, not, 还是 away. And card is like 那个扑克牌的 card. It's literally from poker. When you don't like this card and you want to throw it away, we discard something. And that's what the word means, to throw out.
原来如此，这样就很简单了，对不对？所以 this 的话指的是 no 或者是 away 不要的、丢掉的。然后 card 的话就像你玩扑克牌的时候，这张我不要了，丢掉。所以说你看把这个手上的牌丢掉，那就是丢弃的意思，就是 discard。好，就这个字。
Paragraph 3 begins, all things considered, though, dumpster diving should make us think about how much stuff we waste.
好，最后呢，他在这一段他提到说 all things considered though， 好，这边指的就是把所有的情况都考虑了之后呢 all things 是所有事情嘛 consider 这个地方指的是被考虑，被我们考虑完了之后，这是一个独立分词构句，好，也就是它有独立的主词是 all things。那所有事情都考虑完了之后呢 ，dumpster diving should make us think about 这个光是这件事 ，dumpster diving 就可以让我们好好想想 how much stuff we waste， 我们到底浪费了多少这个东西。Stuff 这个字它本身不可数，所以它就是一个总称的概念。这么多的东西被我们浪费掉了。
Stuff is a great word we don't use a lot in Taiwan. We usually talk about things, but stuff you will hear a lot in America. Circle that, UCN. It's a good word. Now, 这个 all things considered is long and kind of tricky. We can also say to sum up. S-U-M, to sum up.
to sum up 就是我们把前面所讲的总括一下。总而言之呢，打算是要告诉人家一个结论，啊，这个结论是想过所有面向、所有可能的性之后所做出来的结论。所以你可以说 to sum up，to sum up，sum 的话是 S-U-M，up 的话是另外一个字就是 U-P，to sum up。It
might not be for everybody, but it is one way that unused food and clothing can reach those who need it most.
好，所以最后一句话就说了 ，It might not be for everybody， 也许不是每个人都会做得来，或者是每个人都会想去做 ，but it is one way that unused food and clothing can reach those who need it most。也许呢，这些被丢掉的东西呢，就透过这样的机会，能够找到需要它的人，让这些需要它的人可以好好用它，不要被浪费掉。
One of my favorite memories growing up was dumpster diving with my dad on Big Trash Day. 我们开始的时候讲有关这个 they put out sofas and refrigerators. My dad, we'd walk around the neighborhood and just look for good stuff that we maybe can use because people didn't throw out really bad things. Sometimes they threw out really, really good things.
没错。然后之前老师呢，他在跟他爸爸一起出去在那边看看，说，哎呦 ，Big Trash Day 有没有什么好货、好东西？在东看西看的时候，有的时候你会发现到，哇，人家丢的东西真的都蛮好的，天哪，这样就丢掉了。
We found video games like on my 那个红白机 Nintendo. We found video games. They just threw it out.
天哪
I will take your garbage, sir. And this makes me think of the perfect sentence. Anthony wrote this on our notes today, and I said, "Oh, 对嘛, this is perfect." He said, "One man's trash is another man's treasure."
One man's trash maybe is other man's treasure， 意思就是指呢，就是一个人的垃圾对另外来讲可能是宝藏。所以在这里的话，你不要玩的红白机 Famicom 啊，谢谢，我接收了，
Hey,
我笑纳了。
I'll take care of it. Yeah, that is a perfect phrase, and it's like if you need to write a composition, this is one of these things you write down like on your cell phone, 那个英文的成语，超好用的成语。This is one of those that everybody knows and everybody likes. So take a minute and write this down. One man's trash, 不是 garbage, is another man's treasure.
刚好那个 trash 跟 treasure 它有一个这个 alliteration 有押头韵的感觉，对不对？ One man's trash is another man's treasure。 你的垃圾可是我的宝贝呢，你不要的红白机给我。
Yeah. Hey, people make a lot of money with trash and garbage. Let's get ready for vocab review. Our first word today is goods.
Goods 就是物品的意思，或是商品。
Of course, we can say goods, or we can say things, or items, or we can say stuff.
Stuff 的话也是指东西的意思，但是 stuff 的话是不可数的哦。
Our next phrase is to center on something.
To center on something, that means to focus on something, 就是把注意力焦点集中在某件事上头。
Our next noun is fame.
Fame 就是名声。
And that's uncountable. It looks like the word famous, 就是你后面要加一个 e. Our next word is to bond.
To bond 就是指人跟人之间做情感的连结，叫做 bond.
To bond means to connect.
To connect 啊 ，connect 的话也是做连结的意思，也是个动词。
Now we have an adjective next, and that's homeless.
Homeless， 你看 home 是家，对不对 ？L-E-S-S 只是没有前面这个东西，好，就是 homeless 就是无家可归的。
Don't say houseless, and don't say home. Was it 那个 e 的发音 homeless? It's homeless. 有一个断 I 的发音 homeless.
没错。
Our next word is a necessity.
Necessity.A necessity 就是指一个必需品，那 necessity 它本身可以是 out of necessity 是指需要，或者是指一样一样的 a necessity or many necessities 指日常生活中必须使用的东西。
You read my mind. That's exactly what was coming up next. Well, with that then, that means we are done for today at Enjoy English School. We really hope you liked learning about today's article. We will see you next time. I'm Chris Gorski.
I'm Antony.
We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
第28页，绿色生活，垃圾挖宝大惊奇。
Jump head first into dumpster diving. Some people have even turned dumpster diving into a profitable hobby. Anna Ortiz and her daughter in Florida have managed to save nearly 1 million NT dollars worth of various goods from being thrown out. In 2016, the pair took their first dive. Since then, they've gained worldwide fame via their popular YouTube channel that centers on how to make dumpster diving a part of your life. Their top finds to date include high-end Dyson hairdryers and even a pair of designer shoes. Not only have they come across some great finds, but they've found that dumpster diving is a great way to bond, too. For some, however, dumpster diving is about pure survival. For those who are homeless, collecting bottles, cans, and cardboard that people throw out can bring in some money for food and other necessities. In order to stay fed, many homeless people also rely on discarded food, which is thrown out by bakeries, supermarkets, and restaurants. All things considered, though, dumpster diving should make us think about how much stuff we waste. It might not be for everybody, but it is one way that unused food and clothing can reach those who need it most.